What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew, and welcome back to Space Engineers, episode number 17 of the season on Pertam. Last episode was crazy. It was a two-part episode because it was super long. We completed the Dune Power Bank, as you can see off in the distance, and we shot down one of these ships right here. In part one, we did the shooting down of this ship, and in part two, we did the Dune Power Bank. So off camera, I did do a little bit of gutting of the ship, and then it was when somebody messaged in the comments and said it would be a good idea to put this thing inside a museum as our first ever downed ship. Now, I already professed interest in a sort of museum that we could put our old Rover in, so maybe we will do that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. We're not going to be deconstructing any more of this thing until next episode at least, because this episode, we are hoping for a little bit of combat. That's our whole goal in this episode. To try and get some combat, even though we got some in episode 16. Episode 17, we're going to try to get some combat as well. And for that, we're going to be building a new vehicle, which I've already started the placemat for here. It's going to be a combat-ready vehicle. So this one right here was, I mean, it had a gun, and it has some makeshift armor on the side, but it was never really intended for combat. It was intended for transport, and we ended up using it as combat. This one right here is going to be intended for combat, and we might end up using it for transport every once in a while if we need to. So that's what we're going to be building today. But before we do anything, a new update just dropped a couple days ago, depending on when this gets released, and it's the industrial update, where they added a bunch of new industrial blocks. Let me put my HUD back on, and you can see some of those in action here. Let me see, where did I put them? Right here. And I'm actually going to replace some. Actually, you know what? Let me just show you all the blocks real quick. These are all the industrial blocks as part of the industrial DLC. We got magnetic plates. We've got cargo containers. We've got a new button. We've got, which I might actually end up using a little bit in some of our builds, new conveyor pipes that look different and also have different kinds of junctions. New hydrogen tank, new assembler and a new refinery, different variants if you want. There are a lot of reskins in this one. But this new beam block is a pretty cool one, and we're actually going to use that in just a second. And we're also going to use these cylindrical columns. So I guess let's start with the beam blocks. I was thinking up here, the beams would actually be perfect. So let's real quick throw some of those in there. Let me just real quick get rid of all this, and I'll show you what the beam block looks like in a second. It's kind of, well, I mean, it's a beam. What do you expect? But I think we could place like that. I don't know which way would look better. Probably like that. Let's just place our beam, and we might paint it later with whatever paint we want. It takes the same amount of blocks as a normal steel plate block, or a normal armor block like that. So we should be able to just go and weld them in and see what it looks like. I actually really do like that look from close, at least. It looks pretty cool. We'll get a bunch of these things in here, and hopefully that'll complete the look of our hangar. Yeah, not bad. How about from the ground? Yeah, it looks pretty good. The paint doesn't exactly match there, but I don't think I'm using the same paint. That's probably why. Just repaint it there, and yeah, there we go. That has the same kind of look to it with that. I don't know if we'll keep it. We might actually make it look a little nicer, maybe like a silver. I don't know. But let's get these in and see how it looks. And there's the last one. All right, check it out. That actually looks pretty good, I think. I think if we made it silver, it'd look a little better. I do want to make it not silver, but like a nice gray, maybe. Like not necessarily a white, but I'm talking more like, no, not red either. Good lord. There we go. A nice battered kind of whiter look. I think looks a little bit better. Maybe we'll make it gray again. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. But speaking of paint, they also added a hazard paint that we're going to definitely try and use here to see what it looks like. So they added hazard armor. We're going to use the probably the yellow hazard armor once we can get it to load. There we go. And then we'll place that right here and see if that looks good in our little tracks that we have here. Now this is typically something you'd see in a factory or maybe right up against a door that's not supposed to ever be closed or blocked or something like that. You'd see these kind of hazard thing, but I think that kind of goes pretty well in our area as well here. And in fact, you know what? We're here. Why don't we just continue it this way? Because we were intending to continue it all the way over this way. At one point, we just forgot to do it, but it was going to continue out just like that. All right, here we go. That's kind of how we intended it to work. We would have these for each of the bays. This one, I won't necessarily put one because it'll work a little bit differently, but yeah. Oh, by the way, for the trailers, we left off with building these trailers. I'm going to leave them here for now because, again, this episode we're not focusing on trailers. We'll probably do that next episode. But I deleted the other trailer because I do want to make it off the projection of this one, since this one is already pretty much set up. Or not the projection of this one with the batteries on it, but with the standard kind of look. So we're going to project that one, and we'll make it when we want it. But anyways, let's get right on into building this new vehicle. This is going to... I don't know how this is going to go. I am not very good at building vehicles. But I kind of want this one to be a walk-in vehicle. So it'll be one where you'll be able to like kind of walk around inside. So this one kind of is sort of big enough for it, but it's more of a walk-on vehicle. So you can walk on it and then get in the stuff. And then this one's neither a walk-in nor a walk-on, but this one hopefully I'll make a walk-in. And if I want it to be like that, I need it to be at least 3, because that's how big you need to be able to walk. But I think I'll make it probably one more on either side so we have a little bit more room. Whether we want to armor that up or not. So this will be the relative width of the chassis, at least at the bottom, and then it'll curve upward, I think, kind of like that. I think this is where we're going to start, with just the 4 wheels. And I'm trying to mimic what I'm looking at on the other screen, which is a picture of an IAV, which is an infantry armored vehicle. I think, if I got that wrong, please correct me in the comments, but that's what I'm kind of going to go for. So we have our ground level right here, and then it's kind of going to go over the wheels. So the wheels are going to be flush with the wall of the thing. It's probably going to go up to be about maybe this high, and that should be high enough to fit through there. Now for weapons, I actually installed a weapons mod. Well, 2 technically. I installed Weapon Core, but I also installed a Weapon Core mod, which is the Akaid. I'm horrible at pronouncing that. I'm sorry. It's Akiad defense mod, which adds a bunch of different weapons. 34 apparently is the amount of weapons that it added, although I don't know if this is... Yeah, that's probably 34. I don't know, I'm not going to count them. But anyways, it adds a lot of weapons, and so we're going to be using some of these. I don't know how overpowered these might be compared to the weapons that are used by what we might face. I don't know if what we might face might even use these weapons, because some of those mods actually do that. But we are going to use some of these. Now, what I'm particularly interested in is a cannon. So let's see if they have like a cannon. I don't know. They probably do, because it would make sense for them to have one. I'm looking for just not like a launch missile thing, but like maybe that. Like a thing that you would find on the front of like a tank or something. Because I want this thing, even though it's an infantry armored vehicle or an IAV, I wanted to have a main cannon kind of on the front. That's going to be able to fire things, and the cannon will be able to swivel, and it'll be able to go up and down, and it'll be able to fire. So we're gonna go for a cannon, and we'll try this one. I think the howitzer, and if that doesn't work, we'll try some of the other ones. The flamer. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think that's how we're gonna do things. And then in addition to that main gun, this thing will probably have maybe 2 or 3 other guns. So maybe one defending the back, maybe one defending the top. Maybe side guns. I don't know how we're gonna plan things, but that's the start at least. All right, let's continue from here. I would like to place in the batteries, and then I'd like to build up the sides, like the side things where it's gonna go over the wheels. So let's go ahead and do that. The sun is coming up. It's been a long night. It's actually been a short night, but the sun is coming up. Let's keep building. All right, so for the batteries, I think I'm gonna put 2 batteries right here. So we'll put one on this side, right in these blocks, and it'll be kind of low to the ground, so I hope they don't get damaged. But we'll put some of those, like, so one of the things they added to the game with the new industry thing, if I could find it, is they added half block, although I don't know if I'll be able to find it actually. Here, yeah, so they added heavy armor panels and light armor panels. So what I might do, since this will be sort of on the ground, wait, did I put out 4? I definitely don't need 4, I only need the 3. But I might put like a heavy armor panel on the bottom, so it's not that much defense, but it'll still provide a little bit. So this is kind of the look I'm going for. We'll have the 2 batteries right there, although, wait, hang on, why? Oh, because I don't have a block right here. I'll put that one right back, and it'll look a little bit better. One right there, there we go. So we'll have our batteries right there, and they will be defended because the siding is gonna come out, so it's not gonna be like directly able to hit that. Unless the thing is flipped over and is shooting on the bottom, then it might be able to. But I highly doubt that's a thing. And since we don't have to worry about landmines, unless there's a mod that you guys want me to add that adds landmines, which will be insane, by the way, we don't really need to worry about things hitting us from the bottom. Again, unless we flip over, which we're not planning on doing. So let's weld up those batteries. So since we have all this empty floor space right here, I'm actually going to put in some conveyors in this configuration, probably like this, actually. And the reason I'm doing this is because we know we're going to have guns in this thing. We know we're going to want to move parts. So having just these conveyors here, even if we end up not using them, we're probably going to end up using them once we start setting up the guns. So before we continue anything crazy, I do want to set up these. And we'll just put some of these in there, some of those in there, and weld them up. Actually, on second thought, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put normal things right there. So all that. And then we're actually going to put some miniature storage down here as well. So some of this, some small cargo, throw it right in there, and that'll be able to store some ammo or whatever we want to store in there. Now, small cargo containers don't store that much, but, I mean, just having these down here where they're very unlikely to get shot because there's the rest of the ship that's going to be above them is a good idea, I think, having these out of the way. So we are going to put those there, and then this will eventually connect up to an access, which we'll have maybe on the side, maybe like right here, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to figure out how we want to build up this side first before we do that. We are getting there. And then we're going to do probably this sort of thing. And that's going to be the outside. I don't know if we want to make it all the way flush with the side. Or maybe we'll do like a half block or something right there. But that's essentially what it's going to be like. So this is going to be, when they're shooting, that's going to be our armor level right here. And we'd probably go light armor on some of these on the inside and then heavier armor on the side. But yeah, let's go for it. So we'll do 2 heavy armor, I think. Like that. And the rest out here will obviously be heavy armor because we want that protection. But then, for instance, right here, we're gonna save some stuff with some light armor. And then just over the wheels, we'll probably do some heavy armor so that we know that we have some support, like some stronger support. So we'll do some heavy armor like that, and then continue with the light armor like so. All right, let's go and build up everything, and we'll be back when we have to do what's next. Just finishing up the welding here. And we'll soon have. Honestly, it looks pretty cool already. Let's be real. Look at this. If we're not making a wait, is this gonna fit under there? Okay, it might not fit under there, depending on how tall we make it. But if we were making just a truck or something that was meant to carry things, or like use the new metal plates, this would be a pretty good like design. You'd put their like seat down there, and it'd be able to go under things and just carry it around. Honestly, it already looks pretty decent. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to lower all the wheels and see what it looks like. Because we raised them in the first place so that we could make sure everything could fit. But now we have to lower them again. Height offset, bam. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so it is a little bit high up. What we're going to do is we're going to put some, we're going to put a corner piece under there to make it look a little bit better. We might also do some contouring. Is that the right word? I don't know. But what I mean is, like, we might make it go like kind of around the wheel like that instead of just being a flat edge, because that seems to be what most of the pictures also do. But for now, we're going to keep it functional like that, and we'll take another pass at it. I just want to get the rest of the vehicle built up, because so far this thing is massive. Okay, so I do want this thing to be able to store things, or to be able to hold things. So instead of these small thing right here, I'm actually going to make them medium. And I'm going to connect them to this little network right here. I think that's probably a better idea or to do things. So make them medium like that, and then connect them. Actually, you know what? Here's what we're going to do as well. We're going to tip it over on its side, so the large thing is facing upward like that. So we'll be able to access it from the top. So boom, right there, and then boom, right there. So now instead of the small ones, we have the medium ones on that side right there. And we'll probably armor up this side a little more. So this will be the side we'll probably want to face most combats. Because we'll have most of our more important components on this side, and we'll probably even put the cockpit on this side as well. So we want to face the combat to this side, and it'll be more armored. There we go. I also did this little wall segment, by the way, because I was trying to see what it would look like once I completed everything. So I think that's kind of the wall side we're going to go for, and I also contoured this. I really hope that's the right word. A little bit, so it looks a little better. We might still do the wheel thing. I don't know. I haven't decided, but that's what it looks like so far. Let's get this wall part up, and then we'll worry about what we want to do with this floor. The reason I'm not doing much with the floor quite yet is because I'm still wondering what we want to do with the components in it, and I also wonder how we're going to wire the weapons and stuff. So I'm kind of leaving this open a little bit so that I have a lot of room to grow. But ideally, or what's going to end up happening is the floor is going to be around that level right there. So all of this will be floor, and then what's under here will be under there. So let's build up the wall. And yeah, let's do that. That's easy. All right, just finishing up the wall welding. And there we go. So now we have the nice side. I actually stopped it right here, by the way, after this wheel, because I wanted to kind of make it come in right here, because this is where we're going to have the main cannon. It's going to be like firing that way or something. So this is going to kind of come in a little bit, and then it's going to come in this way as well. Our driver is going to be seated like over here-ish, like this general area. So, which is kind of a little bit far back from the front, but again, that's where the cannon's going to go. And then we might have seats right there. This will be the main walking area. You'd have seats right there, because even though we're a single player, it's always nice to have seats every once in a while. But let's see if we can get those in. Right, so seats like this. So you'd have boom, 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 and maybe that's it. I don't know. And then you could weld those in even if you wanted to, like so. This one, though, I don't think is going to be a thing, because we're actually going to put the cockpit right there, but at least these three. So if we ever decide to bring this into a multiplayer thing, we would have these seats available for usage. And this actually is the perfect height, because what we can do now is we can actually go in like that to make the top of the thing. It'll be a very, very wide ship, but it should be good. Okay, let's put the cockpit in there tentatively. I don't know if we're gonna keep it there, but that's not a bad spot for it, or maybe even up there. Okay, so additional shielding, and then put the seat in. See how it looks. I mean, we could always use that one, which is smaller, but again, I think I really like the look of this one, even though it's got less screens than this one. Well, this one does make more sense, probably. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, it's even got little, it's even got a little IO shield thing. But yeah, I think I like this one better, because you'll be able to just walk right up and you'll be able to go, oh, there's the seat, boom, sit in it. We'll probably put more armor on this side as well, and on the front, just to keep it from getting shot, because this is the most important part. We have multiple batteries, we only have one cockpit, so that's the most important part. We also have multiple wheels, so if one wheel gets shot, we should be fine, unless it's like this wheel, which would be pretty bad. We'd still be able to drive though, but badly. Alright, so this is probably going to be the harder part of this build. I need to start kind of tapering this down a little bit, and I don't really know how I want to do that. I don't know how much I want to taper it in either. Probably none. It'll probably be fine like this. But it's going to come this is going to come down to this level, at least on the outside. On the inside is where we're going to have our cannon, which will be able to pivot a little bit. Not that much. We're not going to allow it to pivot like all the way to this side. It's only going to be able to pivot to like this degree of motion right here, and then up and down as well. So even though it's a main cannon, it's not like a tank man cannon. It's not going to like be able to turn all the way around. It just occurred to me that I want this thing to be able to pivot. the cannon on the front. I want to be able to pivot, but we don't have a center block, because I built with 2 blocks in the center instead of 3 or 1. Huh. How will we overcome this? It is really hard to find the correct blocks, but anyway, that's how it's going to kind of taper forward. It looks a little weird, but hopefully by the time we add the actual cannon and everything to it, it'll look a little bit better. I'm not great at building ships, so this is, it's going to be function over form. Let's put it that way. I thought the truck looked really cool, personally, but this one, well, actually the truck took a couple of attempts to get right with you guys in the comments, so maybe this one will as well. But let's put one more of these in, and then we'll try and put the cannon. Let's get both of the sides, and then we'll try and put the cannon. I genuinely don't know what to do about this side. I don't think there's a block that will fit here that will look nice. So that's a bit of a problem. We might have to end up bringing this in a little bit. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but yeah, okay. Alright, you know what we're going to do as a compromise? We're going to have the gun, but like you see, I don't have a center block, so it makes it kind of tough to know where to put this this pivot. Although, honestly, it probably doesn't even matter where I put the pivot, does it? Because if we think about it, it's not going to be pivoting fully around. It's just going to be pivoting left and right a little bit, so we don't need an exact center. Okay, we don't need to compromise. Hang on. Let's think about this. Okay, actually we're in luck. This is a 2x-something weapon. Wait, no it's not. I mean, if we turn on, let's turn on the side, why not? Now it is. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Let's build this up. I want to see how big it is. Ah, it's drooping. Okay, that's fine. I actually do kind of like that size. That's pretty good. Let's build up our hinges so it doesn't flop. So I wonder if it's too heavy to hold it. Let's try and bring it up here. Okay, so it's fine. And then this one can go left and right, probably. Yeah. Alright, perfect. So now we have this long gun out the front with a nice symbol on it. Does that say... Oh, wow, that says his name. That's awesome. I guess if you make the textures, you can put whatever you want on it. But that is awesome. So now we have this thing. Even though it's not centered, it almost looks... Well, I mean, we have it turned, but it almost looks pretty centered, I think. So it's fine. So we're going to add a bunch of armor up down here, and then we're probably going to armor up a lot of this. We'll probably need to add the roof on, but honestly, this thing, functionally, this is looking pretty good. Alright, let's go and armor stuff. Alright, I've got a little farther with the armor. I put these little up-down things right here to make it look a little cooler. We might keep those, we might not. I did a little bit more on the front right here. But I think this is where we're going to leave the shipbuilding. We've got more episode, don't worry. I think this is where we're going to leave this shipbuilding. I wanted to get it done this episode, but it's taking a lot longer than I thought it would, and it's a lot harder to come up with how I want it to look. So I think I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to give me your input in the comments on what you think we should change about this ship, how you think we should do it. Feel free, if you're in the Discord, to throw me some drawings or some potential inspiration. And next episode we'll finish up this ship and try and do some combat with it. But I still want to get some combat done this episode. Well, maybe or maybe not. We'll see what happens. What I want to do, which will potentially lead to combat, is I would like to go and do some of the antenna relays that we have to do in order to unlock GPS. This whole series we've been playing without GPS. I mean, obviously you see we have GPS on the Super Gremlin and on the Hunchback dropship, but we've been playing without GPS on our mining stuff and other stuff. So what we said earlier in the series is that in order to unlock GPS, we have to have 3 antenna relays at least 10 kilometers from our base. And those antenna relays, once they're set up, will allow us to use GPS. So that's what we're going to do in this episode, or in this later half of this episode. We're going to try to set some of those up. So what are we going to need for this? Let me go to the build planner and see what we're going to need for this. We're definitely going to need an antenna. So I'm not going to go with the crazy antennas. I'm just going to go with the standard. We're definitely going to need a battery. There we go. Okay, so for these relay stations, I don't want them to just be bare bones antenna and battery. I want to have like a proper kind of tower setup. So we're going to go with a couple of ladders, and we're going to go with a couple of catwalks that we're going to try and set up in a nice way. So those are the things we're going to add to our ship, and we'll start with one and then we'll come back to base. So I imagine on our way there we're probably going to see some combat potential encounters that we might go and try to mess with. And we're going to be doing this with our old ship, by the way. This might be the last time we use this for a combat thing. So yeah, it should provide us some insight as well as to what we might need to improve for that ship so that it's more combat ready than this one. I mean, that one's already heavy armor all around, and this was mostly light armor, so I don't know. But let's load everything up and get on out of here. I know exactly where we're going to put the first one. So I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple episodes back, we actually went and fought something called a bank or something. It was just one of those abandoned encounter things. But it was off this way. We're going to go toward that because that was about 10 kilometers away from where our base is. Maybe a little less, so we might have to go a little farther. But yeah. Actually, we can kind of cheat a little bit since we have the beacon for the Hunchback dropship right there. Which still belongs to the enemy technically. But yeah, we can kind of use that to find out how far we are from the base. But I'm pretty sure it's about 10 kilometers away. Or maybe it is a little bit less, because we're only about 1 kilometer away from the Hunchback dropship. So I don't know. But here's the Dune Power Bank. As of a Space Busters episode that was released a couple days ago, we figured out that this thing was very inefficient because we have to transfer power from the batteries on base to the batteries on the trailer, and then from the batteries on the trailer back to the batteries on the home base. So it's actually very inefficient. Good to know. So we have not only 1, but 2 PvE mods out here. We have the Abandoned Settlements, and we have the Wasteland Encounters version 2. So we might find either of those. I don't know what the Wasteland Encounters one is going to look like. Are the Abandoned Encounters? Wait. Abandoned Settlements, Wasteland Encounters. I think that's right. So yeah, I don't know what one of those looks like. I know what the Abandoned Settlements looks like, though. But let's head off this way. Alright, the real OGs will remember our battle with the with this settlement over here. So we're going to go right past it. We're not quite... and we're only about 5 kilometers... That's probably about 6 kilometers, not 10. For some reason I thought that was like 10 away. Maybe not. I guess we'll have to go a little farther, because we do have to get to that 10 for it to count towards our GPS thing. And this will also allow us to use antennas as well. Up until now we haven't been using antennas, for the same reason, to make it difficult. But once we put this in, I'll allow us to use antennas, as well as the GPS. We've gutted this place. Holy crap! Still surprised it hasn't been trash cleaned. Let's get to the top of this. This might be perfect, actually. The Hunchback dropship's a little bit far from our base. Like, it's a little distance, so this might be good. I don't know. It might be good. I think it's probably good. I'll allow a little bit of, like, a little bit of deviation, just because this is a tall mountain, and realistically this would be where we build a thing. I will allow a little bit of deviation from that 10 kilometers. So if it ends up being like 9.8, then it doesn't matter. But all right, let's climb up here a little bit. I think I'll keep the ship probably right here, because I don't think I can climb all that with the weight we have. But let's put it up there, and then let's go try to find a good spot for our thing. I'm gonna grab a couple of steel plates if I can find where we put them. Maybe in here. Yoink! Thank you very much. Now let's go see what we have up here. Again, a little worried this stuff's going to get destroyed by the by the air traffic, but as long as they don't come out this way, this is kind of far from our base anyway. So as long as they don't come out this way, we should be fine. This is perfect, actually. Yeah, so this is pretty good. Oh wow! On the true scale of things, the mountain that's right next to our base, which I think is that one right there, unless this one that's out of our view distance, is very low. There's actually really tall mountains over here and over there. And this in particular is one as well. But I think we're going to make our thing right here. We'll start with the center block, and we're also going to have, on the exterior, we're going to have windmills. So I brought windmills as well, so we can power this thing over time. But let's start with our exterior block. That's going to be kind of it. And then in order to get to the windmills, we're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, was it 5? Or was it 8? 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'll put a windmill right here. Actually, no, this is a bad idea. Why don't I just put the windmills on the tower itself? I don't know what I'm thinking. Anyways, so for this tower, let's do a base of a 3x3 like this. And we'll make sure to weld up this base. And then the rest of the tower will probably be just a single block or something. Or maybe we'll do something cooler than that. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. Like this. One right there. And we're just going to go up like this. 3, 4, 5... 6, 7, 8. Let's just go up 8 like that on all sides. Okay, so once we've gone 8 up here, we'll have a nice. We'll use the whatchamacallits, not these, but the catwalks. So we'll have a nice little area right here you can stand, and then it'll go up a little bit more, and then the antenna will be up here at like this level right here. So it's going to be pretty high. And then we'll have the windmills kind of off this or something. As for the ladder will probably be inside like that. But we need interior plates, so we need to go back to our ship anyway. Which is, unfortunately, all the way down here. Let's actually see if we can drive it up there. I don't know if we can, but we'll give it a try. Alright, we are actually able to bring it all the way up. So that makes life a lot easier. We don't have to worry about traveling all the way down there. Alright, catwalks. So we have our corner ones, like that. Oops. There we go. Corner ones like that, and then these are the easy ones. Yes, okay, so this is how I want it. So we're actually going to have the ladder on the outside right here. That's going to come up. So the ladder, how many interior plates do I have? Not enough. The ladder itself is going to go on the outside like this, and it's going to just come down. and you'll be able to climb it on the outside. It'll take a very long time, but it'll work. Yeah, it is definitely a bit of a slow journey. But I guess that's kind of realistic. Have you guys ever gone up a ladder in real life? It's kind of a pretty slow process. You definitely don't want to fall off. Okay, so we're at the top of the ladder thing. Now what would happen is we'd have another ladder here which would go all the way up to the top. So let's add that other one. I'm not taking the ladder down. I can't be asked. What we're going to do is we're going to go up right here once we get some steel plates. Unless we don't have the blocks for this. But we're going to use this. The new cylindrical column is going to go right in the middle here. Because this can actually take the place of the wheel block. People used to use the wheel block. Actually, wait, can the cylindrical column connect? Okay, so the cylindrical column can connect on the sides, which means once we put it right here, it actually connects on that side, and we can also stick a ladder on it. So that's going to be pretty good. So we're going to have this cylindrical column go up, and it's going to continue to go up as well. We're going to go up another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 probably, and then we'll let that be our tower. Now the only thing though is that the antenna is actually quite large. Look at this. It actually takes up 2 blocks, which is not perfect. But the way we're going to do this is once we get up to the top with the ladders, which are going to be right there, we're going to have 2 antennas, which is crazy, but we did bring it up for 2, and I think 2 would look pretty nice. So we're going to try and stick 2 right here. Like that. And so from the bottom, it would look kind of like that, which I don't think looks that bad. I wish we had brought enough stuff to actually build up these cylindrical columns, but they require interior plates and construction components. If we still have stuff left over, we might try it. But for now, I don't think we can do it. But let's see if we can get these graded catwalks built. Catwalk, 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 and catwalk. All right. I think that's how we're just gonna. That's just how we're gonna do the catwalks. We don't necessarily need any more railings. That said, I am a little worried because if this block gets destroyed, these both fall because they're not actually connected to anything else. But I don't know. I think it's fine. And with this, we're going to have our first antenna built. This is our first antenna built in the game, and it is going to hopefully draw in some reavers. Actually, hopefully this one won't. We'll build an antenna at our base once we have all 3 of these set up. But hopefully this one will... Well, actually, I don't really want this one to necessarily do anything. Except technically allow us to do stuff. Do I really want to put 2 antennas up, though? See, alternatively, we could have just the 1 antenna like that, and then build something else up here. Like a beacon, or a light, or something. Alright, I've decided we're going to keep just 1 antenna right here. I don't know what we're going to do with this space still. We're just going to, I think for now we're just going to leave it like that, and we might eventually do something with it. But let's go back to the bottom, because we need to build up our batteries as well. And I think I might make a separate temporary housing for them. Let me get some steel plates out of here. Alright, so for our battery, we're just going to make a small little housing like this. It's going to go out like that, and then maybe like that. Boom. Boom. We'll stick our battery right there. Alright, there we go. Battery's up. Now the last thing we need to do for this thing to become operational is... I mean, it's technically already operational, but we need to stick some windmills on it. So, let me grab the stuff for the windmills, and we'll see if we can do that. Okay, so the way we're going to do our windmills is we're going to stick them on the side like this. I mean, we can't stick one right there. We'll just do 3 probably. Okay, we'll just do 2. Let's see if we can do 2 and get away with it. I just need to see what their output is, generally. And if their output is like more than what the antenna is using. So antenna is currently inputting 20 kilowatts. That's how much it takes. These are each outputting way more than that. Okay, so this right here is the east antenna, the east relay. Because it's roughly east of our base, if we look back towards our base, it's almost exactly west. It's not exactly, but it's almost. So this is the east relay. And I think we're going to leave it at that. Actually, we have more steel. We have more stuff. I'm going to see if I can weld in those with what we have left. We should be able to get some of them. I don't know how many we'll be able to get, but let's try and make them because I think that'll look pretty nice. All right, there we go. Relay 1 is up and running. We'll weld the base in as well since we have blocks. All right, there we go. We now have a red light. It's on. It blinks off for a second, and then it's on. Just like that. Let's hope that Spirit of Le Mans doesn't attack us, but in case it does, we'll be ready. Yeah, that's right. Keep on driving, Spirit of Le Mans. Nothing to see here. Just a new relay station that's up and running. Get out of here, you Spirit of Le Mans. I'm not sure about these side things. I don't know, I think they're probably fine. We could probably, even if we wanted to, just stick it up there. So stick that up right there. And I want to see how much that's outputting. So wind turbine 3 is what it is. It's only outputting that much, but let's be real, we're only using 48 kilowatts. So it doesn't matter that that's not outputting much. As long as it's outputting some, we'll be good. Alright, so that is our new tower. I wonder if I can make it a different color. I think I kind of like this retro future look. I went with a white with the retro future armor pack. I think that doesn't look that bad. What do you guys think? Look at the battery down here. Make sure it's staying fully recharged. We're still getting an input of at least 300 kilowatts, and we're only outputting the 400 or the 48 rather. All right, let's head over to that beacon that we got, and let's see if we can fight that, because I do want to get into some fighting. So we're not going to go directly for our next thing. In fact, we might, depending on how long this fight takes, we might not even do the. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not ideal. Okay, well, we're doing this. I cannot stop it from going down. At this point, we're going down the bad side of a mountain here. Oh, come on, you can do this. Okay, I think we're safe. Oh man. Hey, look, nice little humps here. They look like little houses, little hobbit houses. Alright, let's drive over to where that little signal was, and we'll see if we can take that on. The Quebec supply drop. Nickel. Oh, well, oh, I did not see this mountain. Holy crap. I thought it was flat. We just went straight into like a little valley. That's crazy. I was just looking out. I was like, oh wait, we're actually really close to it. Okay, we need to get into our gun and get ready for combat if that's going to happen. I was not able to scout this place beforehand, so I don't know what it has. That's the antenna, I think. We're definitely in shooting range if it has anything on it. Okay, I see what looks like a little structure right here with what looks like the main tower over there. Let's drive up. There's a little hill right here. Or are we like right on? I think we're right on it, aren't we? I really can't tell distances here. Let's just go right over to it. I hope nothing bad happens. Is this just a little thing? I guess so. Yeah, we're already here. Alright, let's check it out. So this kind of looks like what I built just then. Nice little antenna tower. I thought I saw another structure though. I don't know where that is. Well, let's walk up to this thing. Our first little mini structure. No combat so far, but it looks like we have a cargo container here containing a couple of odd parts. All right, I'll grab those, and we'll head on over to the next structure, which I think I saw one over here. I actually can't tell where. Oh, here it is. Back up, back up, back up. I don't know if that's powered. Maybe we can just run up on it. I don't think it's powered. We would have been shot, right? If it turns on us, then we'll know. And we wouldn't last very long, would we? Run towards it. Run towards it. Run towards it. Okay. Now it can't shoot us. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You good? Okay, it's actually... It's not full. So I think that's good. We have a battery here. I'll go ahead and remove that. That's the second time I've seen one of those things that's not able to fire. So I think if they're not like a giant base, then they don't have enough stuff to fire. Alright, yeah, so that was just a very small... There's nothing over here, is there? No. Yeah, that was just a very small little outpost. Let's go to another one. Done claim, I see you over there. We just need to get to a nice distance, and this hill looks like exactly what we usually look for when we encounter one of these guys. Let's stop real quick. I think I might see turrets off in the distance. Number 7. Yeah, this is a fight. Alright, let's get on this little hill and see what we have. It also looks like we have a super gremlin, but I don't think he's going to bother us, as they usually don't. But let's get ready for this. Okay, that's the only gun. Actually, it doesn't actually look that bad. Just that one gun right there. We should be able to hit that guy. Let's maybe put a couple of rounds downrange. The one. I don't know if we can hit him from here. Maybe move a little forward. I don't know, that might be the only gun. I spotted it, but I haven't seen any others. And again, usually when they only have the one like that, it's not actually active, so we might not even have to worry. Yeah, I don't think it's active if it's not shooting us when we're this close. Alright, let's hop out. What the heck? Did you guys just see that? I thought we were being shot at. Am I crazy, or did I just see gunshots fly past us? What the heck? Okay. Maybe I'm seeing things. Interior turret, thank you for your ammo. Battery, we'll grind you down. Actually, we'll just grind this whole thing down, it's fine. Looks like it's becoming nighttime already. So we might have to suspend our adventures. It's a collector. Oh god, that's gonna spawn a lot of ice, isn't it?
Inventory full.
I should have known. I need to learn not to get all these. I don't have the ability to easily get ice. I have to just keep on going back and forth. Oh my god! What was that? I just got... The ice was angry. Hold on. That's my body down there. This is my backpack with all my stuff on it. Good lord. That is crazy. I was not expecting the ice to attack me. What do we have here? A battery on, and then a wheel on top. Alright, let's get away from that ice flinging area. Alright, let's hit one more before we go back to base. The Compton claim is kind of in the direction-ish. So let's go toward the Compton claim. I have a feeling this is not going to go very well. Just on account of, we can't see. Actually, wait, can we make a spotlight real quick? There we go, much better. We can see much farther now. Awesome. Alright, let's head toward the Compton claim. I think it was this way. And if this one's a proper battle, this is going to be really hard because it's so dark. How are our suspensions doing? I think they're fine. We just went into a void. Holy crap. Holy crap. What did we just fall into? Oh my god. We were falling for like 5 seconds. That's so far. Okay, luckily I think most of our main components are still good. Which means all we have to do is... I mean, that's a lot of ice flying around, so it looks like we probably lost a lot of stuff. But what I can do is I can do the battery method here and flip it over. So if you guys didn't watch the first episode of this series, we actually did this in that episode as well because we flipped our little rover. The battery method works because when you place a block, it already has the weight that it will have eventually when you weld it in. So so batteries are very heavy in the game, but they're also very heavy even if you have not welded them in yet. So that's why this works, because we can just put a bunch of batteries on a thing and the weight will just kind of tip it over. So we can give it some torque by doing that. Let me get some steel plates. All of our stuff's lying on the floor, so now I can slowly delete these guys right here, and it'll slowly flip back over. So that is the super easy way to flip your ship. If you ever have it flip, you can just do the battery method, and your ship will will flip over without much problem. It's a little harder sometimes when your ship has thrusters because sometimes they try to fly away once you start flipping them. But if you turn your ship off beforehand, you should have no problem. Alright, let's get this stuff. And honestly, I can probably just yoink. And it'll go back to normal, ready to drive away. Alright, easy peasy. Let's get all this stuff back into our remaining containers here. And hopefully try not to get run over by our own ship. Man, this ship is a champion! It took that crash like nothing. It's pretty much all fine, except for that the pilot seat, and except for the back thing right here. But honestly, it's good. All right, let's continue our way to... There's a Hunchback dropship right there. Hopefully that doesn't try to drop into the crevasse. I don't know how we get back to the to where we were. That's our Hunchback dropship, so that's where our base is. And there's the east relay, which means we're going this way, I think. That must be where we crashed. We must have hit that right there. That's a big hole. Dang. Alright, you know what? Let's just follow the crevasse. See where it takes us. This might be our easy way out of the crevasse. I don't know where we are, because it's definitely not our exit. But, oh, it goes down again. Let's see if I can climb the wall right here. Wait, are we in a mini crevasse? I'm a little confused because that was deep, but it feels like we're in a mini one, not even a full-sized crevice here. Because I think we're now out of it. Do we head towards the Johnson? Oh, the Compton claim is what we're going for, isn't it? We just need to be careful. Getting a little close to the Compton claim. It looks like we have another... Wait, I saw something for a second blink up right there. Maybe that's what the abandoned encounters was. Okay, we can see it a little bit, but we can't see if it has any guns or anything, which is a little worrying. The only way we'd be able to see is if we drive kind of close to it and then back up if they start shooting. So let's drive toward it a little bit, and if we see stuff light up over there, we'll drive away. Hello? Garrett mine. If they have guns, they would have shot, right? I see what looks like one building right there. Yeah, I don't think this one has guns. Let's just go toward it. Oh, it's got guns. Oh, it's got guns. I was wrong. I was wrong. Mistakes. Mistakes have been made. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we're out of its range again. So it does have guns. Now, you know what I could do? I could park and shoot something so that it starts sparking. Like if I shoot that and kill it, oh, that's one of them. Let's just light it up. Sorry for anyone who may have epilepsy. There's a lot of bright lights here. That's why I'm shooting while zoomed out. Oh, dang it. Man, I wanted it to catch on fire so I could just see it. But no, we definitely killed that one. I don't know why I wasn't shooting back. That's something. If I could shoot that maybe once or twice, will it spark up? Oh, that's one right there as well. Let's just shoot it a little bit and see what happens. Yes! Okay, now we have a source of light. Okay, I don't know why they're not shooting at me. I guess they can't hit me, or maybe that one wasn't activated, but definitely two of them are somewhere. Let's see if... I don't want to shoot that because that gives me my distance. But I thought maybe I could hit that. No, I think I blew it up. Okay, let's try and drive toward them a little bit. So we have a building, stuff. We have a building up there somewhere, and we have a building down here somewhere. And then we have probably two more machine guns unaccounted for. That's a machine gun bay where I destroyed. That's another one that I destroyed. Don't know where the other ones are. So let's get a little bit closer and see if we can see stuff. It looks like the light shifted a little bit, so we now have like a nice cloud in the back, providing us with a little bit of backlighting. So let's move forward a little bit. Maybe shine our light. See. Ah, okay, we have a building right here. Okay, let's stop at this building and kind of take shelter at it temporarily. I want to see what's inside it. And so far, nothing's shooting at me. So either we killed the stuff, or they're beyond this little mountain right here. But we have a building in front of us. Let's hop out and get our machine gun here. Not a machine gun. We're still using this thing. We really should be using one of the machine guns in case we encounter some interior turrets. But this should be able to at least help us a little bit. I don't see any. I don't even know that we would find any interior turrets in a place like this. But it looks like they have something there. Anything else? Maybe some stuff in here. It looks like I see some lockers over there. So maybe some stuff we could destroy. Yeah, we got some stuff in there. Awesome. All right, I added a nice little tower right there so we can see it a little higher. Let's head back over here and see if we can find those guns. I don't know where they are. Again, we might have already destroyed them, but we'll find out in a second. All right, honestly, I think we already killed all the guns. I don't think there are any more here. because they haven't started shooting, and we're pretty close to the main thing. So unless they just can't see me, I don't think there are any guns here. Right here, which looks like one of the guns that was shooting at us. I don't know why they didn't shoot back. Maybe their range is set really low. Oh, they only have an aiming radius of 400? I didn't know that. I thought the aiming radius of interior turrets was 800, just like normal turrets, but that's good to know. Alright, so if we only see interior turrets, we can go up to at least 400 without having to worry about anything else. Sweet. And last but not least, we'll grab this stuff and then we'll head on back. So we got a tiny amount of combat, not that much, but next episode we'll probably get more, because next episode we'll complete the tank thing that we're building, and we should be able to go out and actually fight something with that. But, I mean, we got a lot done in this episode. We started on that tank thing, and we also built that relay, so that's good. Next episode we'll probably at least get the other relays done as well, which will be really helpful. Let's start heading back to base. I'm a little worried because of the other encounter with the crevasse that we had. Uh-oh. I think we've been through that. Yeah, we have, because there's usually stuff inside there, I'm pretty sure. Alright, let's go toward the Hunchback dropship that we have over here. Again, a little worried because I think we might have to cross the crevasse to get to that side of the stuff. Since this is the general location that it is, where we are. But let's hope we can get back there in one piece. Oh, stop. Oh, man. I'm going to be very careful because I cannot stop this ship. This ship does not stop very easily, at least. That's the crevasse right there. It's got to be. Trying to drive like this is like trying to use a heat map of where the land is. And you either see some bright land, which is right in front of us, you see some dim land, which is pretty far, or you see blackness, which means that there's no land and you will fall down a pit. Which is what's to our left. I don't really want to fall down a pit, although I think we're maybe in it right now. I wonder if we can just drive down it. Yeah, let's just drive down this way. Alright, that was easy enough. Maybe we can run up the other side, or is it too steep? Oh, it's too... Oh, man. Abort. Abort that. Alright, we're officially in the crevasse. We're not going to get lost because we have the Hunchback dropship beacon that exists, but... actually, I wonder if we're headed toward the magnesium right now. That would be very lucky if we were, because we could actually pick some up along the way. But it actually looks like this might be the end of it, because I'm looking and I see the walls coming up on us here. It's like a maze down here. Holy crap. Is this my true trial? It's not to fight things, but to see if I can get out of the crevasse at night. I don't think we've been here before. Unless I'm going out to the magnesium. I might be going out to the magnesium right now. This kind of feels like the straightaway that leads to the magnesium. Alright, we'll see in a second. If this is the opening that leads to the magnesium, it'll be right in front of us. And we'll have a... we left a marker here, I think, unless trash collection collected it. But we'll see. And if it is, we'll just grab some, because we do probably need some. I don't see any markers from myself, so I don't know that this is where it is. Oh, wait, yes, this is it! I forgot I put so many markers up. Alright, welcome to the magnesium. I know where we are now. Alright, let's grab some magnesium, because we ran out of it at base, I think. So let's grab some before we head back, and then we'll go back. Oh, man, wow, that's a big hole. Alright, just 5 inventories of magnesium should do fine for now. Eventually we'll have to get our big ship here, the miner. But let's hop back in here and go back to our base. Ooh, we're getting some air, but there's our base. Our beautiful base with its lights. Where's our Dune Power Bank? And how come we can't see its lights unless they're right over here? Ah, there it is. Dune Power Bank and its lights. Alright, we're back on track. Home, sweet home. And we'll finally get to see exactly how far East Relay is, if it's 10 or if it's just a little bit shy. Again, even if it's just a little bit shy, I'm fine with it. Oh god, careful trees. Even if it's just shy of 10, I'm fine with it, as long as it's relatively 10. Going a little quick there. Sick jump! Ow. I think I broke another block. Alright, welcome back to home. Home sweet home. With our nice little turbine towers. That looked like the stub of one of the lights we used to have. But it does look like it's going to reach almost exactly 10 kilometers, just a little bit more. I wonder if I can actually get past this. Kind of. Yeah, kind of. Maybe stick this right over here. And awesome. Boom. Alright, welcome home. Next episode, we're going to complete this thing. I will take you guys' suggestions, so if you have any suggestions for how to build this thing, how to make it a little better, please leave those down below in the comments section. I think it's not that bad. It definitely needs a little bit more to it, though. I don't quite know what to do on the sides. The top eventually will have a gun or 2 guns or something. And this right here I need to also clean up. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you guys like the video, please hit the like button, put your comments down below in the comments section, and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Space Engineers.